It's 8 o'clock, or almost 8 o'clock. You know what that means, don't you? Hey, is that the notification, Brittany Renee? Already acting up. I think if you hang in here, though, it's going to keep going. I hope that this internet does not do this all night. I apologize. Craig Powell, my man, I have not forgotten about you, buddy. We got a roofer coming your way. Looks like we got a lot of people already jumping on here, so we're going to get started pretty early tonight. My sidekick, Brittany Renee, she's not at the table with me. She is, where are you, Brittany Renee? She's on the marshmallow over there. Tonight, I've never done this. I've never talked personal finance. I've never have gotten into it. But tonight, I want you to know, though, it's going to be a very simple basic. It's going to be mindset. Everybody that's getting on here, I really appreciate you getting on. I would really appreciate it if you would also comment and share the stream. Would really appreciate that. If you share the stream, we will go back and we will pick one person that has shared the stream, and you will win an Alley on Main gift card, which you will win $1 million if you do that. So, first off, thanks again for being on here. I do want you, if this stream has been shared onto if you're seeing it, you don't know who I am. My name's Tommy Davidson. I go by Good Time Tommy or hashtag GTT. I am a real estate agent in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. For self-improve, I am so dedicated to getting better. I was not always a self-improvement. I was a very, very mediocre. What's happening, insurance? Blair, thank you for coming on, buddy. But I was not built to be a self-improvement guy. So I will say about 5 years ago, I put a post out today that Michael Burt was the leading person that led me into this shift. I'm 43 years old. I will be 44 years old on May 22nd. That's coming up soon, 44 years old. The biggest regret I have is I did not take getting better sooner. I wish my biggest regret is I was pretty much a half-ass. Quit rubbing your hair off. It's coming off, Craig. I wish I didn't half-ass my way through life so long. Finally started getting serious about 35 or 36 years old. And now one of my passions is to kind of give back. I like to do this straight from the gut. If I were talking to myself at 30 years old, what would I tell myself? So always remember that. I'm always not better looking either. I'm talking back to me, but I appreciate everybody that's on here. And if you have questions or comments, I want you to please post them. And remember this: these are my opinions, these are my beliefs, and everybody could have a different philosophy. And that does not mean that there's one right way to do this. That's not what I'm saying at all. So my financial story was I accrued a lot of personal debt. I did not understand. I really didn't understand what I was doing to myself. I didn't understand that putting myself in this position, it was going to make my life so much harder. And I've been watching. I'm an avid Grant Cardone student. That's really one of the things I love to do. And what he said, the reason why we need money. Hey, Jason Leonard, thank you for joining, friend. The reason why we want money is because it makes our life easier. Bill Wilson, my buddy, how are you? I do like Grant Cardone. So I didn't have Grant Cardone around when I was younger because social media wasn't big enough. I'm old. And whatever I made, I would usually spend all my money. So these mindset, yeah, Ben, the guy from Miami is the guy. Coach Burt is there. Hey, Mama, thank you for joining. I love you. Coach Bird, of course, is my coach. He is the guy for me, but he's the one that introduced me to Grant Cardone. So we all have different people. Ben, you probably have certain coaches that you've listened to. You like Huggins, or growing up, I was a huge Bobby Knight fan. I always resonated with a hard-nosed coach. So that's kind of the people that I like to. Hey, Jamie Stillman, how you doing? So my financial story was, first off, I didn't know a lot about finances. And believe it or not, I was a stockbroker for a few years. My first job out of college was I worked at J.C. Bradford. I always wanted to be a stockbroker, but I still sucked with money. Bruce Stewart. Okay, well, everybody's got somebody. I appreciate everybody getting on here. Please like, please share, please comment. So to give you my story, I've got a psychology degree, and I never really understood personal finance. And to be honest with you, I don't think schools are teaching kids that today. Ryan Denny's a personal finance guy. He's joined on here. And by me saying this, I don't want you to think that I am someone that is, this is not about, I'm stock tips or anything like that. I'm just tonight I want to talk about financial mindset. Just borrow money. It didn't bother me to have maxed out credit cards as long as income kept coming in. Hey, my stream appears to be stalled. As long as income kept coming in, that's all I thought about. But think about how hard that is. Think about how your life is. If you're so dependent upon money, you have to keep bringing it in. If you've got debt like I had, where like all that money that was coming in was to fulfill obligations. So what you're eventually going to do is get tired of making the money. So my life shifted when my personal finance life shifted when Tim Dutton came along, who is a builder, and he was already at that time, he was a multimillionaire. He had made a lot of money in real estate in town, where he also had sold it. So he had a lot of money. But Tim was very, very old school, like my buddy Chris Oxer, Chris still has his third grade lunch money, I think. He just joined us. But Tim, we were talking about my situation because at this time, all I was thinking about was growing my assets. I wanted more money. That's all I could think about was the money coming in. I wasn't focused on the money going out. I wasn't focused at all on saving money. I was accruing lots of debt, car payments. I was 35 years old and still had student loans. She does need to go to Mosh Producer. Hey, I had a loan shark at 35 years old. I was paying 26% interest to at that time because of I was so behind on mortgage payments. So and this was also during a very, very, very bad financial time. The financial crisis was looming. Things were about to get really bad. So I wasn't ready. I was not ready for what was coming. So that's where I was. So my mindset today on money is, and everybody has a different philosophy. So this is just my philosophy. And I talk to Brittany about this all the time, that about the importance of money. Some people are going to say that money's not the most important thing to them. But to me, I will say money's one of the most important things in this house. Money, it won't make you happy, but it will make your life a lot easier. Ain't that right, Brittany Renee? Are you over there, Renee? I hear you pecking away. Money will never make you happy, but it will make your life easier. Number two, it will allow more options. How many people go to work every day because they have to a job they hate? Well, when you don't have money, money does that. You're working for money. You say you don't need money, but you're going to work 40 hours a week to a job that you hate. So you have to pay your bills. So that's what I'm saying. You've got to place money at a more important level than you really want to admit. And people, they're going to say, well, money won't make you happy. I'm not saying it's going to make you happy. I'm just going to say it's going to make your life easier. Like when Katrina first came, I saved up, I think, when I first hired Katrina, I think I saved up maybe $28,000. And that was about all the money I had. I think that was about all the money I had. And since she's come there, she has forced our Fight Club, that's right, Joey Holt, she has forced us to start saving money. I didn't have those systems in place. I didn't have a tax account. I didn't have a money set aside for when times get slow. I didn't have all these systems and structures in place. All I thought about during this time was paychecks coming in. I got a closing on this day, and I'll be able to pay these bills. So I changed my mindset because of Tim Dutton. Tim Dutton had me outline all my debts. We had a yellow page. I'm a yellow page guy. Tim Dutton set me down and we went through a yellow page booklet, and I had all these ridiculous books on there. Or debts on there. And they were just terrible debts. Student loans, car payments. Like I said, I had a loan shark that I was paying back $10,000, but the loan was interest only until I paid the full amount off. So I never was getting anywhere with it. I had credit cards. I had all these things out there that it was ridiculous. But whoever's making these crying faces, the best thing for me was to go through this. I had to experience. That's on you do like to write those, and I appreciate that. So, finally, Tim helped me get more clarity, more of an understanding of how money would work, how money could make my life easier. And what he taught me was, if I didn't have debt, I think there were probably, it was $86,400 of outstanding debt. Some of you guys may be in that situation right now. Some of you may not owe any money. So it's the people that I'm talking to are the people that they owe that money, or they've been in these situations. The people that have not gone through those painful times, they may not understand what I'm saying. So just follow along with me. So every dollar I started making, by then I moved in with my mom. Thank God I had my mom. I paid off all the money in probably 2.5 years, $86,000, $86,400. I paid that all off in 2 years. And I think that was probably, the obligations were probably $2,200, $2,300. Think about how much freedom that has given me. Now that was drastic, which was moving in with my mama. But that was something that I had to do to get ahead. I had to sacrifice that. And a lot of times to get ahead, you're going to have to really, really, really sacrifice. But you know what? I did it. So I'm going to give you some simple steps to financial freedom, okay? So who's making those angry faces? Who's on there mad? Is that you, Brittany? Huh? Is that my mama making the angry? Let's hear. So number one, where is the money? Some people, they may have a job that won't allow them to make more money. Some people, let's just take like a school teacher, they've got a salary, but they don't know how to make more money. Where is your money? Well, for me, I'm in real estate. My money right now is going out and getting people to buy or sell houses. There's a lot of real estate people on here. Shane Ray, you're on here. Who's got your money? Customers for you, Shane, are something to do with your servicing heating and air units or whatever. Rondell Clark, I see you on here, big guy. Your money is personal training or whatever. So where is your money? Where's it coming from? As Grant Cardone said, who's got your money? You got to go out there. Say what? You got to get a pair of those socks. That's right. Well, you got to identify where you can get your money. Number two, this is something that I really struggle with because I'm Good Time Tommy. Good Time Tommy like to have good times. And to have good times, you had to go out and spend money. So back in the day, like I was telling you in this little story, I would spend all my money. Whatever came in, I would spend it or I would borrow it before. Generating business for your doctors. Okay, we're going to get a little bit deeper into this, Nicole, so you hang in there. So number two, you got to learn how to keep your money. You got to learn how to save your money. And today, where we live in such a world of instant gratification, that is so hard to hold on to your money. So many things pop up that you want. You see something, you want new clothes, you want new car. These bigger ticket items, a new car or a new house even. These are bigger ticket items that are taking money. It's not what you make, but it's what you keep. Robert, it is. Hey, it's all about I believe it is about what you make, but it's also about what you keep, because you got to make money to be able to keep some. So I do agree it is about what you keep, but I also believe you got to make money. So I really believe you got to focus first on making more money. You got to focus on getting more money in. Then you've got to start finding ways to keep your money. And thankfully for me, I don't even know how much I've got. Katrina puts all the money. When it comes in, I get this little bitty baby. Monthly stipend, and I put it on a credit card. I don't get to spend as much money as I'd like. I know those credit card bills come in. A lot of times they're bigger than what we've budgeted, right, Katrina? Risk management, second, wealth accumulation, third, distribution of the money. Hey, look, we got Ryan Denny on here. Ryan Denny is I guess some type of a financial advisor with life insurance, and I see on there he has done exceptionally well. Ron Denny's done exceptionally well, especially for his age, because that's hard to sell the product he sells, especially he's selling it to older people. So Ron Denny's somebody, if you follow him, he can definitely help you with this. I'm not going to sit there and tell you what to do. I'm just telling you my mindset, what I wish I could go back to me at 30 and say. So I wish I could have kept it. I wish I'd had systems in place. So, for example, a certain percentage out of every check that comes into the office, it goes to a tax account. Another goes to a savings account. Then they go into other ones. And then in the real estate accounts that I have, money it goes to where I can't touch it. I'm somebody, I can't see the money. I can't get access to it. Katrina's talked about raising my salary or me getting more money, and I'm like, I'll spend all that money. I don't need to see it. I don't need to know it. Hey, Brittany, I've kept cash. Hey, maybe I shouldn't say this on a live stream. Somebody might break in the house, but I've got money that's sitting around here. I've got some cash sitting around. I don't know how much it is. I don't know where it came from, but I've got cash. I don't even look at it. So you got to find a way, number one, to make more money. You got to find ways to go out there and get it. You got to identify it. Number two, you got to find ways to protect it. You got to hide it. You got to do whatever to keep it somewhere to where you do not spend it. And this is such an emotional thing. Spending money is so emotional. It's not, think about the reasons why you spend money. It's usually something, be careful, Smyrna's watching. Joey Holder, you looking in my window. I don't know how much money it is, but there's some cash sitting over there. But think about how often your emotions lead you to want to spend that money. For example, hey, I wanted my buddy Tim Dutton to go on that trip. I bought him a plane ticket. I wanted my buddy to come with me. Ain't that right, Joey Holt? I saw you down there last week. Last week I was in Florida spending money. 2 weeks before that, me and Brittany Renee were in Miami spending money. So you got to be very careful about how often you're spending your money. Ain't that right, Martin? Martin's a guy, Martin Matthews, you should be following that guy. He gets on there and does some great Facebook Lives. So number three, and most people don't know how to do this. They don't know how money works. And I was somebody, I didn't understand how money worked for until recently. I didn't understand how all your money and knowledge, your know-how, all this stuff multiplies. I always looked at things in terms of adding to it. But time, knowledge, money multiplies. Clayton Whitaker, how are you doing, my man? Martin, thank you so much. You're like a little mini celebrity getting on here, buddy. So for me, the way I multiply money is with people. I invest back in with people. So if somebody like a Stephen Weathers he comes over to my office, who is a phenomenal salesperson, he helps me multiply money. Great people Never ever discount how much paying good people are worth. You've got to. Oh man. Hey, I'm looking at all these comments. Clayton, how are you doing, buddy? When are you coming into town? Or did you sneak into town without me seeing you? Think about how many different ways money multiplies. So for me, what I really know, I know Ryan's on here and he can talk about life insurance. I don't understand that. The only thing I really understand is real estate. I know how you can put 20% down on a piece of property, and then I can't wait to see you, buddy. You can put 20% down on a piece of real estate. In 15 years, somebody else is going to pay that off. So that 20% now has grown from whatever it's multiplied. I'm going to pay you to go to, hey, one of these days I'm going to get you to Aruba. So those are the 3 simple steps. And I get this again, everybody. I'm a huge Grant Cardone supporter. I watch his stuff. He has made this simple for me to understand. And again, I'm not a great. Mama's got an ugly face. What's she mad at? Is that her?
She was crying earlier. I don't know.
What are you mad at, Mom?
She's just having fun with the emotions.
Tim Dutton, I've been talking about you, buddy. Glad you finally got to invest in yourself, and you will. Okay, now Clayton, let's talk about that, because that is something so many people do not understand, is investing in yourself. You should always invest in yourself first. If you've got money lying around, and it's not, let's say if you've got $5,000, maybe $10,000, you don't have enough to go out and do any type of investing. The best place to start is investing in yourself. And I hate to get up here and talk about Coach Burt and say you need to go to him. He may not be for everybody, but I'm going to tell you, things started changing for me whenever I'm going to start investing in myself. You'll never, ever, 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 I don't think, unless you got some kind of secret knowledge, you'll never get the same return as you will when you invest in yourself. We fit the best giveaway. My guy, hey, the t-shirt guy, Charles Pierce, the GTT creator of the t-shirts, is on here. Thank you, buddy. But Clayton, man, I wish people knew how much you've blown up. I mean, your story is phenomenal. But, you know, it took me a few years to start to see any type of a breakthrough financially whenever I was investing the time, the resources, and I didn't see it coming back. It is frustrating. But as Coach Burt says, you've just got to stay consistent. It's a consistent pursuit towards one object, towards one thing. So somebody asked me, whenever they knew I was going to do this, they asked me this question: what would you do if you had a salaried job and you're on some type of a salary? Well, here's what I said. Well, first off, I would become a learner. I would do as much as I possibly could. I would find people that inspired me to want to learn. I would become committed to learning more. That would be the first thing I would do. Number 2 is I believe everybody out there has to learn how to sell. Sales is just, it's part of life. It doesn't matter if you don't think you have a sales job. Doing is meaningful, make a difference. Hey man, I sure do appreciate you, buddy. You have to spend money to make money, he also said. Trisha, a lot of people are so scared of spending or investing any kind of money, they just don't do it. Some people may hold their money, they may invest, they may make money, they may save money, but they may not ever do anything with their money. For me, I mean, we made a huge financial, for me, 2 weeks ago, I made a huge financial commitment. It scared the hell out of me. Me and Brittany were talking about it, and she was like freaked out by what I was doing. But I firmly believe if I invest in myself, that money's going to come back to me in huge multiples. That's right. That's right, Clayton. Everybody does sell. So let's back to this salaried person that feels like they've got a ceiling. They are selling. They probably have sold themselves that they're not going anywhere. That's number one. They have sold themselves. They've hit a ceiling. So learn how to sell, because you never understand what type of opportunity may come. You need to do this. You need to do number one and number two, because mind expansion. Mind expansion. This is something that Coach Burt talks about quite a bit. I can't tell are we still going? Yeah, we're still in here. Sorry about my Wi-Fi. There's a lot of houses nearby. Mind expansion. What that does, if I'm not clear on this, I want you to this is the one big takeaway I want you to understand if you want to find more ways to make more money. Remember earlier, whenever we started this, I told you I was not a very good student. I was actually a very, very, very mediocre thinker. I had some creativity, but my wisdom, my knowledge was not anywhere where it needed to be. So over the last 4 or 5 years, I've started following people that they've created a mind expansion where there's just more knowledge up there. I just know more because of the last 4 or 5 years. And what that has done, now I can see opportunities and probably monetize things, whereas 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, I could not have done that. Hey, Benwood, how you doing, buddy? 4 or 5 years ago, I did not know how to monetize things were right in front of me. Those same things that were in front of me 4 or 5 years ago, they're in front of me now. Now I can see something, and because of all the learning that I have done, I can create an opportunity out of it. I could not have done that a few years back. Hey, be sure to stream. Hey, everybody on here, please share my stream. If you share the stream, one lucky person will win. Thank you. And you only got to share it one time. Sometimes people share it more. I only need one share. But everybody that shared it, I do appreciate it. If you, when you share it, me and Kathleen, we go back in, we look, one person is selected. Twice a week, I do. Nicole, she won. Shane Ray, I think you were at the Alley, my favorite restaurant. You met Sean up there. Sean Hackinson, he is one of the, I'm going to tell you about him. You're right about sharing is caring, flowing stuff out, man. That's what I was going to say about Hackinson. Anytime people ask him to do something, that guy does it, man. He's such a giver. And if you can't give away things, a lot of times you can't receive them. And I hate to get into spiritual talking here, but man, I am such a believer. If you won't give somebody something, a lot of things just do not find their way to you. 30 times is too much. 30 times is too much. Hey, Mark Gunner, how was Japan, buddy? That had to be a long flight. Aloha. Shane Ray, I hope I see you tomorrow, buddy. I know we got to talk about a few things. You've got some ideas, but I want to know, does anybody have any questions? I've just kind of gone, I led you in the best direction. That's right, Mama. You're right. So I just going through that double sky. I wanted to make this a very, very simple show. Nothing spiritual about it. Gratitude and giving is key to success. That's exactly right. I'm a big believer in that, man. And gratitude is so important for the individual. I mean, to wake up every day in gratitude and be appreciative of what you have. That's probably the number one key to happiness, I believe. Rough Country. 17 hours. Hey, Rough Country, if you need some yards done, let us know. If anybody needs a little yard cut, my guy on here, Jackson Jordan, will take care of it. Nicole, I'm stuck on making better habits and not motivation. That's exactly right. Motivation does not last. So many days this week I was waking up at 5:07, wake up every day at 5:08, and my emotions were telling me to stay in the bed. But my commitment was what got me up. It would be much more painful for me to sit there and be disappointed in myself the rest of the day instead of sleeping in 30 more minutes. Jamie, I need you back at Mastering Monday. You are committed, Brittany Renee. Well, Nicole, this week I've started a diet. I have wanted to eat terrible every day. I haven't been able to do it.
What's going to happen when I'm gone?
I don't know. I'm not going to give in because I'm committed. I got to lose weight. Emotions can be deceptive. Our will is better. Our emotions, that's something that we really feel, but that don't mean they're right. The real feelings, they're real, but they ain't always right because my emotions lie to me. They tell me I need to go out and do some stuff I don't need to. I can handle the high pressure until it's carbs. Well, it's hard for me to handle pizza. But you know what? Eating habits is a lot like money. Believe it or not, they're both tied to your emotions. How many times have you gone? Here's something emotionally that I'm struggling with right now. I just got back from Florida, and I want a beach house. I'm looking at how I'm coming up with all these ways to rationalize this, and it's going so against my financial plan. I mean, this is not what I need to do, but I'm sitting here. My emotions are telling me that, hey, guess what? You could get this. You could get this beach house down here. I could take clients down there. I could let my family, my friends, I could let all these people go down there and use that beach house. Well, really, that ain't something I need right now. That's something I'm going to have one day. We're going to have a beach house. Ain't that right, Brittany Renee?
Yes, sir.
We're going to have that beach house.
I'll have my own.
Gunner, you know what? One of these days I'm going to do it, but I've got money. Money right now is too important to do that. Stormy Crook, my man, how you doing, buddy? Well, we're not going to have two beach houses. We'll start out with one little baby. Does anybody have any comments? And here's something else that probably will go against what a lot of people believe. I do believe you can start investing money too soon. I believe that you should save up money. This is kind of quasi Dave Ramsey, quasi Cardone, that what I'm talking about. I'm a bigger believer in what Cardone preaches, that you should save up. You should have the discipline to save up a substantial amount of money and then go invest it in something. I believe you got to invest in yourself first. You're exactly right about that. Shane Ray, I appreciate it, buddy. But your first investment should be in you. I wish I would have done that so much sooner, Clayton. You're a young guy. You're a young fella, Clayton. You're going to be worth $100 million one of these days. But I believe that people, they start investing too small, too soon. You got to get that money right, Travis. That's exactly right. You got to get your money right. So I think we've been going about 33 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? And again, I want everyone to please understand these are just my thoughts. These are my beliefs, and I'm convinced everybody could have a different opinion, different philosophy, and they could make it work for them. I'm not the only person. I don't believe that my way is the only way. I never have believed that. I believe my way is unique, and I believe your way that you choose would be unique to you. So whenever I'm saying these things, please don't take this that I think this is the best way. This is the only best way for me. I wish that I would have saved up more money before Yes, you can, and our family will buy in with you. Mama wants that beach house. Well, one day, Mama, we're going to have the beach house, but it's going to be a bit. Because I said this last week when I was down at Scott's house. I want a beach house, but I don't necessarily want it for me. I want my mom to have it. I want Brittany, Nick, my friends. I would get great joy out of providing something so cool. Hey, Clayton, thank you for getting on here, buddy. I hope we'll see you guys soon. Katrina, everybody could appreciate that. And I'm a very relational person. I get a lot of pleasure out of pleasing other people, which is good and bad, by the way. And the plane, I'm not a plane guy, Shane Ray. That's Michael Burt. He wants the airplane. I don't want an airplane. I want something that stays on the ground. I'm not a very good flyer.
You don't say.
You don't say.
You don't say.
makes my heart happy knowing. Hey, I sit here and help Nick with his homework, Nicole. I'm the homework guy. Ain't that right, Renee?
Yeah. Tutor.
I'm the guy. I'm the math tutor. They bring whenever they need help with the homework. They bring in the smart guy over here. Shane Ray, are you going to be a pilot? I'm not. I'm not getting on no airplane. But to recap this, I know we're getting a little off track. I do believe that you should definitely have a financial system that works for you. And I believe that for me, it's what works for me. But I do think you've got to start a discipline and you've got to commit to that discipline. So for me, I'm going to tell you mine. I want to save up enough money. I bought single family houses. I bought a duplex last year. I want to get away from that arena. And to get away from that arena, I'm going to have to save up more money to get into bigger deals. So let's just say if one day I want to buy an apartment complex. An apartment complex is roughly $1 million to $5 million. Now, I may have to get creative. I may have to find somebody else that'll go into this deal with me. But the bank is going to let you borrow about 20% of the purchase price or appraisal number, whichever is less, by the way. So for me, I want to save up money. And our mama, it might be a place in Florida. I want to save up money to where I can buy something bigger, multifamily, that's right, or maybe even a commercial building. So for me, if I've got to save up 20% of $1 million, that's $200,000. That means I cannot get away from the discipline of putting a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there. I've got to stack that money over into an area that I cannot touch. I can't see it. I got to stay away from it. That's hard. That's very hard. That's why making money is so important. Keeping money is important. Then finding ways to multiply. If you can make money and keep money, the next step is learning how to multiply. And a lot of people are scared to try to multiply it. So that's my discipline. Mama, one day I just booked Main Street for my inaugural Thanksgiving party. You are invited. Hey, I don't know if Main Street will be around, Ryan Denny. Hopefully, but I don't know if it'll be there or not. I'll tell you what I would like to do, Ryan, is Tony Woodall got married. What was the name of that place, baby?
Oh my goodness. If you went and asked me if it was
Tony Woodall got married at this little place on the north side of town in a little subdivision. It's got a creek. It's beautiful back there. I cannot remember the name. It's back by Winthrop Hall, Battleground in that area. But I would love to have a early evening or late evening, early night outdoor. Speaking of married, hey, Nicole, we don't talk about that stuff around here. Speaking of married, hey, give me back that gift card. Me and Brittany Renee, we'll get married one day. It's over in that area, Mama. Past Robert Adams' house. It's in that area. I cannot remember. What's the W word?
What you want me to be?
The W word. Wife. Wife, babe. Commitment, brother. Hey, you know what? We could have one night we could have a straight from the gut about, I'm shifting gears just a little bit. I'm not afraid of commitment. I probably am afraid of commitment. But is it too soon? How soon should you be together before you get married? I know all you people out there are going to say it does not matter, but I think it does matter. Brittany Renee does not agree with that, by the way, but I think it does matter. I think you can. I think you can. I think you need to be together all 4 seasons. That's biblical. I think you need to see each other. Well, you do need to see each other through all 4.
Let me get mine.
Say that again.
If you're going to get your bottle out, let me go get mine.
Well, 6 months. Gunner says 6 months. Me either. I don't know what you're talking about, Mama, but I agree.
But
So,
she doesn't agree with you.
well, I know she's going to agree with you, but I do think there's more for me. There's more comfort in being more sure, and I feel like time gives me that. It has almost been 4 seasons. It has. July 1st.
My birthday.
You're going to be 36 years old that day. I think a year or more. Okay, Nicole, no fighting kids. Think, but Britt will be steadfast. What does that mean? Steadfast. What does that word mean? What does that mean? Hey, but to have a happy marriage, it all gets back to finance. Hey, I've told her that money is. I probably told her that money. Just don't get married. We did that one time. Ride or die, honey. Okay. Think about this. Stay the course. I'm sorry. Money is the most important thing in the house. I know people are going to say, and obviously we're going to say God first, okay? But I think more people have more problems because of financial problems. I think that's I think we need more money. Shane Ray, you do not need to come in here posting that.
1 month.
1 month? Man. Mark Gunner, hey, you are right. I did say money does not make you happy, but money will make your life easier. Do you agree with that, Mark Gunner? Nothing externally will ever make you happy. Nothing will make you happy externally. So I'm not saying anything out there like money's going to make you happy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying money will make your life a whole lot easier. And if one day we're going to get into what makes people happy. You did commit, Shane. Damn, Shane. Can we block you? What do you agree the most about, Jamie? I don't know. You said you couldn't agree more. I'm not exactly sure which one you're talking about, but you may not be agreeing with me. Hey, we got the super coach on here. We'll get him asking. Mark bought my ring 3 months. You know what? I remember like the first night y'all hung out, Monica. I remember that.
He's agreeing with the fact that you said that money is the root of all.
Who said that?
Arguments.
Who said that? Jamie?
Jamie, probably.
Money makes your life easier. Options. It does make your life easier. Yeah, Katrina brags about that. And Katrina was like the last person in her graduating class to get married. She was like 19 in her little town. Everybody got married in high school, I think, back then in Louisiana. I'm just kidding. I think she may have been 20. But no, money, think about how important money is. We don't want to admit that because we too often we associate money with evil. I do think money will make you more of what you really are. And if you have an ugly inside, if you're selfish, it's probably going to bring more of that out. But I think if you're a giving person and you want to help other people, I think it's going to be 21. I think money's going to help you. I think it depends on the person. I think money makes you it really magnifies who you are at the core. Well, money can create problems, but that's going back to what I'm saying, Monica. There was probably already problems with that person before the money. Money is a magnifier. That's what I think, Shane Ray. I think money just exposes what you really are. So if you're saying the money, they say money, does money change people? Or does money just put an x-ray and show you who you are? That's a good question, Brittany Renee. Do you think money changes you? We see people that are changed, or we say they were changed because of money.
Well, there's a lot of people that when they have money, they serve with it. So, I mean, in a sense, it changes them because they're able to actually do that, whereas before they weren't.
Okay, so, Steve says that depends on how responsible we are with money, whether we can handle more. I agree with that. I agree. Great question. Which one's a great question? Well, there's a delay here when I say I think it exposes that. I think, you know what, Mark Gunner, you do have to stay humble. That's why you do need God in your life, because it is very easy. Money changes quality of life, expansion, scalability, and ability to impact the world in bigger ways. Hey, Coach Bert, the super coach, getting ready for Monster Producer. expose or change you. I'm of the opinion, Katrina, that I think if I were to get a lot of money, I just think it would expose who I am, and I'm a very giving person. I mean, I'm going to be very giving, and I'm going to want to help more people. I would love to think that it would not change me. I would hope. My mom would be very disappointed in me if I were to change, if my heart were to change. I don't know. I just don't know. But I do think we need to acknowledge how important money is to us. I do think you need to understand why you go to work. It's because you need money. Why you do things you don't want to do for a paycheck, because you need money. You've got obligations. Hey, Greg Wright, how are you doing, friend? We're so dependent upon what money gives us. You know, some of my buddies think one day we're not going to need money because the money's going to become worthless because of like Scott, Brittany, he thinks one day we're going to be able to print houses from a 3D printer and we won't even have to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be able to print cars. We'll be able to do all these things and we won't even need money. What if that happens? What if one day we don't need money? I don't see that happening. Well, Nicole, that gets back to what we were talking about earlier, gratitude. I feel the best whenever I think I'm helping people. I like to have conversations, and it's impactful, it's meaningful. They feel like I've helped them. That's probably one of the things I like to do the most. Making money is not what I like to do the most, because I mean making money would just be boring. It's more about the impact of others that is my purpose. Whenever we talk about our purpose, my purpose is I want 130,000 people to know who I am in Murfreesboro. I think it depends on the person if God is the center of your life. Then no, it doesn't change. What if on the outside it looks like God is in the center, but you're doing bad things, Monica? I do not work for money. I work to make difference for my family. That's right, Gunnar. Your purpose is for your family. Money changes hands when problems are solved. Nothing, including nonprofits, can expand without money. Economic planning. Coach Bird in here, putting it out there. Brittany Renee, how did you type that so fast? Hey, Teal Larson, how you liking that new house? But do we really don't care about money. Where's my money? I got some money in here. I got cash somewhere around here. That does not do me any good. What that gives me access to, my options, is why I want that money. So we've gotten a little off track here. We do have a lot of. Hey, everybody! It means a lot to me that everybody is still on here, and it looks like we've had about 270 comments, a lot of likes, a lot of shares. But I love my personality type. I love to do this. I love to have conversations. I could literally do this all night, as long as people are getting something out of it. I don't want to just sit here and ramble on if you're not getting anything out of it, but. It means a lot to me to be able to talk to people and they walk away feeling like somehow I've helped them or inspired them. Because, again, I wish so bad at 30 years old I was doing this. We get paid in many ways. That's right, Michael. Is this Coach Bird or is this Natalie acting like him? Which one of you is on here, Michael Burt? But you're right. You don't only get paid in forms of money. There's different ways that things. I'm getting paid back. Let me tell you how I'm getting its value add time with GT. Thank you, Gunner. You know what my payment is? That right now we've had probably 20 likes or 270 comments liking this and sharing this. That's my payment. That's what I get out of doing this. I want to become known as a person in this town that was pretty much a screw up. I'm going to own the fact that I was a screw up for so long. And when I say a screw up, I wasn't like a derelict or a troublemaker. I just didn't live up to my potential. I did not live out what God intended me to do during this time. Well, He already had it planned, but I let a lot of people down, I feel like, up until the time I was about 35. People that were very influential in my life during that time. John Jones, Tim Dutton, Joey Richardson. There were all these people in my life that I felt like I was letting down. Then the super coach, Michael Burt, came into my life, and he was the first person. Michael Burt, you were the first person that really inspired me to want to learn. That was really when a shift happened. And if any of you people want to know why I'm so pushy, why I'm so aggressive, why his coaching program means so much to me, is because he has given me something that nothing can ever take away. You can lose money, but whenever somebody gives you knowledge, whenever they give you know-how, that cannot be taken away from you. So that's why it's so powerful to have somebody like him in my life. I go out there and I'm fighting for that guy. Kindly, are you in the Bahamas on that little bitty airplane flying on the ocean? They invested in you. You're investing in others. You know what? You're exactly right, Nicole. That's my obligation to give back. And I don't know if people are going to listen to me or give a damn what I say, but I feel like the value that I can offer people, it's not where I'm at today, because there's a lot of people that are in a much, much, much better, just in a totally different level. But where I feel like I can help people is, man, I was so average for so long. And later in life at 36 years old, man, I became a student. Steve, I work in real estate. I'm in the real estate business. I take people in real estate from confusion to clarity. I'm a storyteller. I'm an educator. Jorge, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for that picture that you got to Michael. That was a special moment for us. That was probably the funnest time on that trip. We were riding down Grayton Beach, and somebody saw us. I guess I was doing a Facebook Live, and they saw us. We didn't know who they were. And our buddy Jorge, he had the picture. They sent it to him. Girl, they're coming. Hey, Coach Cowan, how you doing, buddy? Somebody better deliver. What are y'all talking about? I've gone on a little bit of a beating, or I've kind of gone into my own little world over there. Hey, I think we're coming out to your house tomorrow night, Natalie. Heard you're cooking me dinner. Can't wait. Roger Sargent, how are you doing, buddy? Margaritas. Roger Sargent, I need you back in Monster Producer, buddy. You need to be in Monster Producer so you can influence all those agents over there. All right, guy. You mean the wrong thing. Hey, Mama, I love you too. I've kind of gotten off track on the money thing, but I do want to start talking more about money and how money works and how money can help you, how money can hurt you. But you've got to control your emotions when it comes to money. Is money? It's either usually taking money from you, which is a liability, or it's adding. It's hard to I don't know, or if it's sitting there. Shane Ray, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. But hey, find out how to make more money. Learn how to save money, and then you got to learn how to multiply it. So I think I've been going about an hour now. Unless there's any other questions, I'm about to have to hop off. My throat.
Please, more questions?
You can't let money control you. Not saying that, Monica. Not saying that. But I do believe that you can have a lot more options, a lot better life. I don't think that money will make your life easier. She's going to be at Monster Producer tomorrow. You going to be in there speaking tomorrow, Natalie? Hey, Nicole, I really appreciate you being on here. Everybody that's been on here this long, I really do appreciate it. No, it can't be. It cannot be the center of your life. It cannot be that. If it's the center of your life, it's not worth having. All right. Well, guys, everybody that's been on here, a lot of my old buddies, the Gunners, appreciate you on here. Everybody, I think they're probably about to shut me down because I've been going so long. Am I still on there? Yeah, wouldn't be your buddy. It looks like my buddy Sean Hackinson has gotten on here. Are you sure I'm still going? I don't think so. Baby. Hey, my guy's on here. Say what?
You're still going.
My guy Sean Hackinson is on here. He is the owner of the Alley on Main, and he is another one of those people. Yeah, as soon as I get off, I'll send you one. The Alley on Main is one of those places where I go that gives me that experience that you just don't get in many places. And it's because of the owners walking around and talking to you. The food is exceptional, but it's such a unique little it's such a unique place for Murfreesboro. And that's why I send so many people there. That's why I take pictures of the cards. They go there. I mean, I love that place. Joe Rich is in the house. He's one of those guys. Joe Rich has probably given me as much advice as anybody, and he was somebody that I probably led him down more than I've led anybody down. So that's what one of the things that I'm talking about. I've got to give back because of how Joey, Tim, John, Bert, all these people have helped me out. I owe it to those guys that have helped me because they took the time to do that. Well, guys, I'm about to shut this thing down because I don't know if this internet is still going. Brittany says it still is, but I've been on here exactly 50. Joey is, he is the great builder. Hey, my builder. So everybody, please like, please comment, please share. I think we've got 15 shares. One day my goal is to get to 50 shares. It'd be great if one day we get on here and I've got 50 shares. Wouldn't it, Brittany Renee?
That would be fantastic.
I don't know what I'll do if I ever get 50 shares, but thanks so much. In the coming weeks, I want to talk more about how to grow your money. But it all starts with your controlling your emotions. Stop spending it. That's what I had to do. What are you laughing at? All right, kids. I'm hanging up. Who?
Say hi, my mom. Just say hi.
Your mama just got on here. Hi, mama. Hey, I'm babysitting next week. I don't know if you knew that or not, but next. Say what?
Don't use that word.
Why not?
I'll hate you forever.
I said I am.
I know.
What do I say? You can speak it up. I'm fully transparent. All right, guys, we're going to shut this thing down because I can't keep talking. I don't have anything to drink. There's some water over there. So, hey, have a great weekend. Please watch the stream. Wednesday, 1 o'clock, Real Estate 101. Thursday night, Straight from the Gut. Mama, you need to be back on here 8 o'clock. Joey Holt, come over here, Science Museum. Me and Nicholas are just going to hang out, dude. We ain't got to do all that stuff. Steve, I sent you a friend request, my man. I hope you follow the stream. Hope you watch. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate you tuned in and following my journey. See you guys.